I mean, look, right now they're in a boxing match with Apple, and I think you're seeing them seeing the headwinds now that they're not in the XR and XS, and I think this is going to be a big issue for investors, and I think this is just the first sign with a softer smartphone market and them not, in the new Apple iPhone. It's definitely something that's been an issue for investors, and I think you're seeing in the numbers.
Danielle, it's Nancy here in Singapore. Certainly this issue with Apple is one thing rattling investors, but some lines on the guidance, too, I think were worrying for investors. I mean, how much of a concern is that?
Well, look, it's definitely a concern because investors, they're already on pins and needles in the smartphone. I mean, look what's happened with Samsung, and obviously Apple has definitely seen the headwinds as well. And then you look at the Qualcomm guidance, I think that definitely is something that's going to send shivers up the spine for investors. It speaks to some company-specific, but also some secular headwinds that's going on in the industry. And I think this is a ripple effect we're going to see for the coming quarters.
Yes, let's talk a bit more about the sector-wide effect, if you will, because the company-specific we can set aside and say, okay, they should be managing those. But we've seen several other companies be hit by concerns among chip makers, whether this is the end of the big super cycle we've been seeing, and also some worrying signs, too, coming up about future smartphone demand.
Yeah, look, I think we're starting at the new normal in terms of just overall growth. You're seeing the maturity, you're seeing an elongation of sort of an upgrade cycle. And I think this is something that, I think investors are starting to reset expectations. I think, so far coming out of Asia, the data points have been net negative. And I think this is just another sort of data point that confirms that. And I think fundamentally, when you look at tech, you're seeing a rotation where, when you look at semis versus software and some of the other sort of names where investors, I think there's really a bull-bear argument right now about if the semi cycle is over.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.